Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new video, another transfer video and a big transfer news, which is in relation to Benjamin Sesko. Now John Cross from the Mirror has tweeted that Benjamin Sesko favours a move to Arsenal this summer and Arsenal are in pole position to sign the player. He has a release clause of I think around 55 to 60 million pounds, and it's just been announced by John Cross, report by John Cross, that Benjamin Sesko is Arsenal are in pole position to sign a player. Now let's talk about Benjamin Sesko, and then we're going to talk about his stats and everything. Arsenal, we needed a striker. Okay, for me, I think we need a striker. Regardless of how Kai Havertz ended the season, I was seeing rumors of apparently Arsenal were trying to rely on Kai Havertz to be a striker for the rest for next season. Now, for me, I think yes, he's done well, but I think that's something that's I think if we rely on Kai Havertz to be as our number one striker for the rest of the next season, I think we will. I don't think it's a good thing because I just feel that we still need an out-and-out number 9. I think with Kai Havertz, he's done well, but one thing that's still that with Kai Havertz, I still feel he has a weakness on is his ball striking. I still think there are some positions where he sometimes he gets on the pitch, and if only we had a deadly finish up front, we would score the goal. And I think that's what Arsenal are trying to do. It seems like Arsenal are trying to go more for the younger route striker compared to a more proven striker. For me, of course, I wanted the more proven strikers, the likes of Isaac, the Osimhen types. But I feel like that just because of the transfer market is and the lack of quality in the striker market, you're looking for Isaac, for example, you're looking at around 120 million pounds minimum. So I think that's why Arsenal are going for the more younger option, and I think it's good we go for the more younger option. It just means that we are able to, it gives us, in terms of our budget, it means that we can go get maybe another midfielder or another winger, because I think we do need both positions. But in terms of Benjamin Sesko, let's get onto his stats now. Benjamin Sesko is of course playing for Leipzig. He has played 31 games in the Bundesliga with 14 goals, 2 assists. I think that's quite similar to Kai Havertz's Premier League goals. I'm not quite sure, or maybe Kai Havertz has scored 14 goals in all competitions. Not quite sure. He has altogether he has played 42 games and 18 goals. Now, yes, by the face of it, when you look at first hand, it doesn't look that impressive. 42 games, 18 goals. Now, I'll be honest. I think that he will do good things, because if you remember another thing, when Alexander Isaac joined Newcastle from Sociedad, he didn't have the best of stats. I remember he only had like 9 league goals. Comes to Newcastle, explodes, and I think that's what Arsenal are trying to do. They're trying to find that next player before they explode, before they turn into that 100 million pound striker. And I think Benjamin Sesko can be that player. I was watching some highlights of him, and I know by highlights you can't judge too much of a player, but one thing he has from all the rest of our strikers, the Trossards, the Nketiahs, the Jesus, the Havertz, is that he can strike a ball. I think our strikers right now, I think that's something they lack, that clinical edge, that ability to be able to strike the ball, one shot, one chance, one goal. And I think that's what Benjamin Sesko can offer. And I mean, in terms of our front line itself, I'm sure, I think we scored probably the second most goals in the season. But when you look at it, the front line itself, Saka, I would say, is the only player that I would say is really up there. Trossard, he's been brilliant this season. Martinelli, he's been okay, but I think when you look at our attacking options, I think we need more of those players that can create something out of nothing. I think that's something we are lacking. When you look at all the best teams in the world, right? Real Madrid, for example, when it's getting difficult, when your midfielders can't break the line, you need players that can create magic. We saw it against Liverpool, prime Liverpool. That's what they do. Salah, Mane, Firmino. These players that can just basically create moments of magic. These players that you don't. Sometimes when the game is difficult, you need one of your front line players to step up. And I think that's something that we need to improve on in terms of our front line. And I think we have to invest in our front line heavy. Like I'm saying, another winger to cover Saka, another left winger. We shouldn't rest too much on our laurels on our current players, the likes of Trossard, because one season they could be good, next season they could drop a stinker. We saw it against Martinelli. Last season he had a brilliant season, and then you compare to this season, 5 goals or something in the Premier League in all Prem games. So you can see it changes. Football can change. A player's form can just change, and with Arsenal, we need to invest more in our front line. I think we've invested enough in the defense. And when you look at Mikel Arteta's transfer records and money spent on transfers, I think the front line is where he spent the least amount of money. By it's time we start getting actual gunmen up front, players that can, you give them that one chance and they score. And I think that's something that we're lacking. When you look at Haaland, right? Haaland gets criticized so much, but it's one thing he can do. He can put the ball in the back of the net. You give him a chance, he will score. And you've seen that with Manchester City. He gets a lot of criticism, but when the game gets difficult in those tight games, Tottenham away, he turns up, he steps up, a penalty and a tap-in. And I think that's something Arsenal are lacking right now, a proper clinical focal point. What does that? But then the question is, what does that happen with? What happens with Kai Havertz? You know what? It doesn't matter, because that's not for us to worry about. That's for the manager to worry about. But all I do know is we need a striker. Now, is Benjamin Sesko the answer? I don't know, but I can tell you he is going to be a really good player wherever he goes. And this is a signing I'm really excited by. I hope this is a player that we do sign, because when I look at his little highlights, he seems like a really tidy player, very tall as well, physical. I think that's something we also require. And can strike the ball. But yeah, I'm excited with this signing. Whether we get him, I'm not sure. I'm sure. I think Leipzig are also in preparation of offering him a contract extension. If he signs that, then of course we lose him. But the striker market is really rubbish right now. There's not much talent right now, and the talent you do want to get are all overpriced. You're looking at Isaacs, you're looking at Vlahovic, the Osimhens. They're looking at £100 million minimum. So I'll be honest, you have to beggars can't be choosers when you look at that transfer, or when you look at the striker market. So, and if we get a chance to get Sesko, for me, we get him. And there was also, this rumor hasn't just come out today. There was a lot of rumors about Arsenal being interested in Benjamin Sesko. But for me, if we have to do all we can to sign Benjamin Sesko, yeah, he seems like he can play without getting injured. He of course has played for the Red Bull franchise. He's played for Salzburg, and he has also played for Leipzig. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And I urge you guys, if you haven't watched it, watch his most recent goal. I forgot who it was against. I can actually say, I think it was against Berlin. No, actually, it wasn't against Berlin. Let me try to find which goal it was. I think it was the one against Frankfurt. Yeah, watch that goal against the one he scored against Frankfurt. Probably pass outside the box, slams it in. And you tell me which other player in Arsenal's team can strike a ball like that. That's what we need, proper gunmen. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Sesko. I wish Arsenal sign him. I hope we do sign him. I hope we don't. I think we are in a position finally where players are eager to join us. For so many seasons, we've been on our knees for other players. But yeah, I'm excited about this. Hopefully we do sign him for £50 million or £55 million. What a bargain as well. He leaves you enough money to also get other players in the transfer market. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know in the comments. Is this a player you're excited about, or do you want a more proven striker, the likes of Isaacs, the likes of Osimhen? Maybe you want one of those. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you're new, like the video, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.